Atlanta Hawks versus Indiana Pacers. Two teams on opposite emotional tracks meet tonight in Indianapolis. The Hawks, 2-3, second in the Southeast, look to build momentum after a gritty start, while the Pacers, 0-4, last in the Central, fight to end a frustrating slide. The odds favor Atlanta at 60%, but both teams enter desperate to define early season identity, one trying to rise, the other to stop the fall. Atlanta scores 113.8 points per game on 45.9% shooting, fueled by fluid spacing and balanced touches. The Hawks average 28 assists and 12 steals, a sign of active hands and quick rotations. Indiana sits just behind at 113.3 points, but its 22 assists and 5.8 steals reflect a slower, more isolation-driven pace. Both teams rebound well, Atlanta grabbing 40 boards, Indiana 35.8, though the Pacers' 14.3 offensive rebounds stand out. For Atlanta, Jalen Johnson leads with 20.5 points on 57.9% shooting, joined by Kristaps Porzingis, 18.3 PPG, 51.7% FG. Onyeka Okongwu controls the paint with 9.2 rebounds, while Dyson Daniels adds 2.2 steals of defensive spark. With Trae Young sidelined, the Hawks rely on balance and off-ball movement. Indiana's core revolves around Pascal Siakam. Posting 26.3 points and 11 rebounds per game, the Pacers' clear heartbeat. Ray J. Dennis, 8.3 APG, directs traffic, while Jay Huff's 1.5 blocks protect the rim. But injuries to Mathurin, Nembhard, and Toppin stretch depth and continuity. This matchup hinges on Atlanta's spacing versus Indiana's rebounding, finesse against force, rhythm against muscle. The Hawks have battled through 5 straight close games, splitting the stretch 2-3. Wins over Brooklyn and Orlando showed composure, while losses to Chicago, OKC, and Toronto exposed late-game lapses. Atlanta continues to score in bunches, surpassing 110 in 4 straight, yet streaky perimeter defense has cost them tight margins. Indiana's 4-game skid tells a different story. The Pacers have allowed 130-plus points twice, struggling to contain penetration and ball movement. Siakam remains dominant, but without Mathurin's wing scoring, Indiana's offense has narrowed to predictable mid-range sets. Ball movement has dipped under 23 assists per game, and perimeter shooting remains under 33%. The Pacers play hard, but right now, not efficiently. The night's centerpiece is Jalen Johnson versus Pascal Siakam, 2 forwards carrying massive offensive loads. Johnson's breakout continues with 20.5 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, converting 58% from the floor and 44% from 3. He attacks with pace, confidence, and modern polish. Siakam, a proven all-star, counters with 26.3 points and 11 rebounds on 51.7% shooting. His strength inside and control of tempo make him Indiana's foundation. Johnson stretches defenses. Siakam breaks them down. If Johnson runs in transition, Atlanta dictates rhythm. If Siakam slows the tempo and owns the boards, the Pacers stay alive. This duel defines pace, flow, and momentum. Atlanta's offense thrives on motion. 5 players in double figures, constant drive and kick pressure. Porzingis's spacing, 45% from deep, opens lanes for cutters, while Okongwu's rebounding gives second chances. Defensively, Daniels and Okongwu form a solid containment wall, forcing turnovers that fuel Atlanta's transition attack. Indiana's structure is interior-heavy. Siakam and Huff anchor the paint, with Dennis probing for angles. Yet spacing remains an issue, especially with multiple guards uncertain due to injury. The Pacers' best chance lies in offensive rebounding and attacking Atlanta's backline early. But their 13.8 turnovers per game risk feeding the Hawks' transition game. A dangerous trade-off. Bench play looms large. Atlanta's Daniels and Kennard provide defense and spacing, while Indiana's Walker and McClung bring energy but little consistency. Coaching adjustments, especially in pace control and half-court discipline, could decide the final stretch. X factors: Porzingis's pick-and-pop range versus Siakam's inside dominance. Whichever team bends the floor their way will seize control. Indiana starts strong behind Siakam's energy, but Atlanta's depth, ball movement, and shooting balance should prevail. Expect the Hawks to weather early physical play, then pull away with third-quarter precision. Johnson's scoring efficiency and Porzingis's range give Atlanta the decisive edge, while Indiana's limited perimeter threats and turnovers continue to haunt them as the game wears on, tilting momentum squarely in the Hawks' favor. Atlanta climbs back to point 5-0-0 with a statement win on the road, powered by composure, spacing, and defensive poise. Indiana's effort remains high, but until consistency and health return, victories will remain just out of reach. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Atlanta Hawks winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Toronto Raptors versus Cleveland Cavaliers. The Toronto Raptors head into Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse desperate to stop a 4-game slide. At 1-4 and 12th in the East, they face the 3-2 Cleveland Cavaliers, 5th in the conference, and looking to rebound after a tough loss to Boston. For Toronto, this isn't just about a win. It's about halting early season turbulence. For Cleveland, it's about asserting control in the Central Division. The edge points sharply toward the home team, whose balance and discipline contrast Toronto's frantic pace. Toronto is scoring big but bleeding points. They average 121.4 per game on 45% shooting, 35% from deep, and 80% at the line. They move the ball well, 30.4 assists, but give it away often, 14.8 turnovers. Scotty Barnes, 22.2 PPG, 53.8 FG%, 55% 3PT, is emerging as the focal point, efficient, confident, and versatile. R.J. Barrett, 19.2 PPG, and Brandon Ingram, 18.8 PPG, give support, while Emmanuel Quickley, 7.0 APG, 1.6 SPG, drives tempo and distribution. Defensively, Toronto struggles without Jacob Poeltl, leaving Barnes to anchor a front court thin on rim protection. They're giving up too many second chances and transition looks. Cleveland, by contrast, is structured and steady. They average 116.2 PPG, shoot 46%, and rebound well, 40.4 RPG. Donovan Mitchell, 28.0 PPG, 54% FG, 40% 3PT, leads an offense built on rhythm and efficiency. Evan Mobley, 19.4 PPG, 9.2 RPG, 2.0 BPG, controls the paint, while Lonzo Ball, 6.0 APG, orchestrates the perimeter. Even with key guards injured, Cleveland's system remains sound. Patient possessions, controlled pace, and rim protection that forces opponents outside. This matchup boils down to Toronto's speed versus Cleveland's structure. The Raptors thrive in chaos. The Cavs win through control. Toronto's last 5 tell the story. L139-121, L121-103, L139-129, L122-116. After an opening win at Atlanta, they're scoring enough to win but allowing 127-plus points per night, a defense stuck in neutral. The offense flows, but stops are scarce. Cleveland has opened more balanced, wins over Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Detroit, with narrow losses to New York and Boston. They've averaged 116 points, showing steadiness in execution even with absences. The Cavs' half-court control contrasts Toronto's volatility, giving them the rhythm edge entering this matchup. Momentum belongs to Cleveland. Toronto is pressing for answers. Cleveland is playing within itself. All eyes fall on Scotty Barnes versus Donovan Mitchell, 2 players driving their team's identities. Barnes is delivering 22.2 points, 6.0 boards, 3.8 assists, and 55% from three, blending strength with new perimeter polish. He's the engine of Toronto's transition game and their most dependable creator. Mitchell, scorching at 28.0 points on 54% shooting, is Cleveland's heartbeat. His blend of burst and poise makes him nearly impossible to guard when he finds rhythm. He commands double teams, opening spacing for Mobley and shooters. It's a duel of style. Barnes's composure and all-court control versus Mitchell's electric scoring runs. Whoever dictates tempo, open floor or half-court grind, will dictate the game. Cleveland's front line gives them the defensive advantage. Mobley and a possibly returning Jarrett Allen form a wall inside, countering Toronto's drive-heavy attack. The Cavs' rebounding +4 margin limits second chances and frustrates fast break triggers. Toronto's window lies in Cleveland's short-handed guard rotation. Garland and Merrill out, Mitchell questionable. If Quickly and Barrett push tempo, they can force defensive mismatches on switches and rotations. Expect Toronto to attack early in transition, trying to outrun Cleveland's setup. But in half-court sets, Cleveland's discipline and spacing are decisive. Hunter, Nance Jr., and Ball offer balance off the bench and perimeter defense, while Toronto's reserves remain inconsistent. Late-game reliability favors Cleveland. They have closers. Toronto doesn't yet. Toronto, Quickly's shooting rhythm, Barnes's ability to control tempo. Cleveland, Mobley's rim presence and Mitchell's endurance. Toronto will start fast, riding Barnes's versatility and Quickly's pace. But without interior presence, Cleveland's front court will grind them down. As possessions slow, Mitchell and Mobley should take over, leveraging shot discipline and rebounding edge. The Cavaliers' ability to dictate tempo through half-court execution and second-chance points could ultimately decide control, especially if Toronto's spacing falters under defensive pressure and fatigue in the closing minutes. Cleveland's structure and two-way consistency will prevail against Toronto's flash and fatigue. The Raptors will push the tempo, but the Cavaliers' poise at home seals the difference. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Cleveland Cavaliers winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Los Angeles Lakers versus Memphis Grizzlies, both 3-2 and eyeing early season separation. Memphis owns a narrow edge in rhythm and home court energy, while Los Angeles rides the momentum of a deep, balanced roster that's learning how to close on the road. It's a clash of identities, speed versus precision, chaos versus control, with both teams looking to prove their version of winning basketball can last. Los Angeles enters scoring 117.6 points per game on a sharp 52.5% shooting clip built on efficiency and ball movement. They're hitting nearly 39% from three and spreading the floor through Austin Reeves's breakout start. 34.2 points, 10 assists, and 52% from the field. DeAndre Ayton anchors the interior with 9.4 rebounds and 62% shooting, giving the Lakers inside stability and rebounding consistency. Even without Luka Doncic and Gabe Vincent, their offensive balance has been elite. 26 assists per game and strong spacing built around high screens and patient execution. Memphis, however, thrives on tempo, averaging 120.4 points and 28.6 assists. The Grizzlies play fast, attack early, and rebound hard, 41.8 per game. Jay Morant leads with 23.4 points and 6.6 assists, pushing the break with relentless energy. Santi Aldama has been crucial inside, 7.6 rebounds, 1.6 steals, and Jaren Jackson Jr. remains their defensive cornerstone with 1.6 blocks per game. They're shooting from deep lags at 33.3%, but they compensate by forcing turnovers and dominating transition sequences. This game hinges on rhythm. Can the Lakers' structure withstand the Grizzlies' chaos? Recent form tilts toward composure. The Lakers have won 3 of their last 4, including road victories over Minnesota and Sacramento, showing improved poise in tight finishes. Their offensive flow has stabilized behind Reeves's creation and Ayton's consistency. Memphis, after an uneven start, has regained balance with wins over Phoenix, Indiana, and Atlanta. Their transition attack is lethal when Morant is loose, but shooting droughts remain a concern against methodical defenses like LA's. The duel between Reeves and Morant defines this matchup. Reeves, in total control, blends shot precision and orchestration, 38% from three and 88% from the line, while Morant relies on speed and pressure. Morant's challenge will be maintaining efficiency, 43.5%, against a defense built to crowd his driving lanes. Reeves, meanwhile, must withstand Memphis's on-ball intensity and find ways to keep the Lakers' offense humming without Doncic. It's poise versus pace. Whoever bends first decides the flow of the night. Expect tempo swings throughout, as both guards test each other's endurance and decision-making in crunch time. Tactically, Los Angeles will aim to slow possessions, using Ayton and Hachimura to stretch Memphis bigs while exploiting mismatches in half-court sets. Expect deliberate pacing and heavy Reeves-Ayton pick-and-roll action. Memphis will counter by pushing tempo at every opportunity, using Aldama and Morant to spark fast breaks and Jackson's rim protection to feed transition chances. Bench depth may matter most. Dalton Knecht and Jackson Hayes will need to sustain LA's rebounding edge, while the Grizzlies' energy lineups must find offense beyond Morant. The chess match between structure and speed will define flow. Whoever controls rhythm likely dictates the scoreboard. X factors: Marcus Smart's defensive presence against his former team and Aldama's ability to neutralize Ayton's interior impact. If the Lakers can limit turnovers and keep Memphis out of transition, their shooting efficiency gives them the upper hand. If the Grizzlies force the pace, their athleticism can flip the game. Watch for Smart's emotional edge to energize Memphis early. His intensity often sets the tone on both ends. For Los Angeles, maintaining composure under that pressure will be crucial. The battle of tempo and execution could ultimately decide whether this turns into a shootout or a grind-down defensive duel. Los Angeles' structure, shot discipline, and rebounding control should outlast Memphis's frenetic pace. Reeves delivers another statement performance, Ayton steadies the glass, and the Lakers walk out of FedEx Forum with a win that reinforces their early season identity, composed, confident, and built for deep runs. Expect their veteran poise to shine in crunch time, where execution outweighs energy. If the Lakers can maintain defensive balance and limit transition breakdowns, their depth and composure should carry them through. It's the kind of performance that signals more than a win. It's a reminder that this roster understands how to finish. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Los Angeles Lakers winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Denver Nuggets versus Portland Trail Blazers. It's Halloween night in Portland, and the Moda Center is about to light up. The Denver Nuggets, 3-1, 1-1 away, roll into town looking for a fourth straight win, while the Portland Trail Blazers, 3-2, 2-1 home, aim to make it 3 in a row and shake up the early Northwest Division race. Denver sits second behind Oklahoma City, Portland right behind them, and both have plenty to prove. The numbers lean Denver's way. Their blend of star power, chemistry, and control is built for nights like this, but Portland's energy and youth have turned heads. A win here would be more than another mark in the standings. It would announce that the Blazers are done waiting for the future to arrive. Few teams start a season as crisp as Denver. The Nuggets are averaging 128.3 points per game, shooting a blistering 52.7% from the field and 47% from deep. It's vintage Nuggets basketball, fluid ball movement, inside-out precision, and relentless spacing. Nikola Jokic continues to redefine efficiency, 14.5 rebounds, 11.2 assists, 2.0 steals per game, while serving as Denver's entire offensive compass. Jamal Murray is back in rhythm, leading the team with 27.0 points per game on 50% shooting, including 54.9% from three and 94% at the line. His two-man synergy with Jokic remains unstoppable. Aaron Gordon adds interior punch at 21.3 ppg on 57% shooting, while Christian Braun and Peyton Watson give Denver consistent depth on both ends. Portland counters with balance and belief. The Blazers average 123.6 points, shoot 44.9% from the floor, and hit 80.6% from the line. Deni Avdija has emerged as their leading scorer, 22.6 ppg, 48.1% FG, combining physical drives with steady perimeter touch. Jerami Grant adds 21.6 points and veteran composure, while Drew Holiday orchestrates everything at 19.0 points, 7.8 assists, and 44.7% from three. Defensively, Donovan Clingan's 9.0 rebounds and 1.6 blocks per game give Portland interior presence, and Matisse Thybulle, 2.5 steals, remains a perimeter disruptor. But Denver's balance, with four players scoring in double figures and elite assist ratios, tests every rotation and demands defensive perfection. The matchup centers on Denver's efficiency against Portland's energy. Polish versus pace. The team that sets the tempo should dictate the outcome. Denver's early record reads like a team warming into championship form. Since dropping their opener in Oklahoma City, they've rattled off wins over Golden State, 137-131 overtime, Phoenix, 133-111, Minnesota, 127-114, and New Orleans, 122-88. The offense has been nearly automatic, averaging almost 130 points over that stretch while shooting north of 50%. Portland has steadied after a rocky start. The Blazers dropped tough contests to the Warriors and Clippers, but have since surged, beating Utah 136-134 and the Lakers 124-107. Their pace has improved, their spacing cleaner, and their confidence obvious. At home, they're 2-1 and growing more comfortable playing through Avdija and Holiday in key moments. Momentum says Denver, but emotion says Portland. The Blazers are starting to believe, and belief makes teams dangerous. All eyes turn to Murray and Avdija, two catalysts leading their team's early success in contrasting styles. Murray's been surgical, 27 points, 7.3 assists, and elite shooting across the board. His rhythm with Jokic gives Denver a level of offensive control few teams can match. Every pick and roll, every cut, every hesitation feels like a chess move, 3 steps ahead of the defense. Avdija has been Portland's breakout star, averaging 22.6 points, 6.4 rebounds, and shooting 48%, all career highs. His confidence and versatility power the Blazers' young core. Murray's poise versus Avdija's aggression may decide the game. Denver's strength lies in discipline. 23 assists to 13.8 turnovers show their control and trust. They win with precision and half-court execution, while Portland thrives on chaos, speed, and turnovers. On the boards, Jokic and Gordon dominate, forcing Clingan and Grant to battle hard. To compete, the Blazers must limit second chances and rely on Holiday's pressure to disrupt Denver's rhythm. Denver's depth and experience give it the edge. Braun, Watson, and Valanciunas add strength and shooting that Portland's bench can't match. Coaching and composure favor Denver, while Portland is still learning to close games. Murray's health and Portland's perimeter defense are key. If Murray's shot falls and Denver shoots near 47% from deep, Portland won't keep pace. Expect a lively, high-scoring matchup, but Denver's precision and poise should prevail as its second-half balance takes over. Jokic's dominance and Murray's clutch play lift Denver to a 4th straight win. Portland battles hard, but Denver remains the Northwest's standard. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Denver Nuggets winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.